It's time again for the Science Bowl.
Zoo parade for 5. What big teeth the hippo has are actually a pair of these. Science potpourri for 10. Would a snake most likely eat every day? Every week, Dateline Science for 10. Why are some elephants wearing necklaces these days? Green things for 15.
And now, here's your host, Mr. Z himself, Dave Zarin.
Thank you and welcome to the Science Bowl. Today, 2 great elementary schools here vying for the chance to move on to our semifinals. Let's meet today's teams. First from Foote Elementary, would you say hello please to Zora Chapman, Chase Brown, and Michelle Floresca. And from Longfields Elementary, here they are, Alden Moses, Vincent Harsinga, and Tamia McDuffie. And now here are the categories of questions we use on the Science Bowl.
Okay, Mr. Z, here's today's categories. Green things, questions about plants and all things green and growing. Zoo parade, a Noah's Ark of questions about animals. Body systems, we'll see how much you know about yourself, about things like breathing and growing and digesting your food. Let's get physical. Questions that test your knowledge of physics and chemistry, earth science and space science. Then there's science potpourri. Here's a grab bag of science questions, everything from air pollution to the kitchen sink. And finally, Dateline Science. We'll ask you about science history and science in the news.
And here on the Science Bowl, we arrange our game board according to question difficulty. The easier questions, they're on the left. They're worth 5 and 10 points. And the tougher ones worth 15, 20, ultimately 25, the toughest of them all. Both of our teams start out at 50 points. No penalties ever for incorrect answers. At the end of the 2 rounds, say one of these talented, good-looking teams will come back to play Magnolia for the chance to move on in our competition. Let's make sure everything is working properly. Let's go to that red team. Chase, would you try your buzzer? A-OK over there. Good luck to you and to Michelle and to Zora. And Vincent, give it a push. All right. Green team looks raring to go as well. Vincent and Tamia and Alden. Congratulations, guys, for being great ambassadors for your schools. Nobody loses here. Everybody's a winner. Let's have a good game. We go alphabetically. F before L, so for Foote and Chase. Let's go.
Let's get physical for 25, please.
Get physical for 25 points. Teams, when the scientist Marie Curie founded a new chemical element, which became number 84 on the periodic table, she named it polonium after the country where she was born. What country was that, Foote?
Pakistan?
Not Pakistan. Polonium was named for where Marie Curie was born. What country was that?
Pass it to Tamia. Haladi?
Poland. Poland was the country. Try again, red.
Zoo parade for 25.
Zoo parade for 25. We're going for the big ones first. Okay. Look at the monitor, please. This is a visual question. Teams, this salamander is the only semi-aquatic salamander we know of. Lives partly on land, partly in water. And if you know the movie Fantastic Beasts, there was a character whose last name was Scamander, and his first name was what N-initialed name that also is the name of this salamander. It's called a newt, N-E-W-T. Go again, red. Go again, red. Now, if you're not having luck with the 25ers, go somewhere else. Chase, you decide.
Green things for 20.
Green things for 20 points. All right, teams. There is a disease called greening that is affecting trees in Florida, and the trees that produce grapefruits and oranges and lemons and limes. What kind of C-initialed fruits do they all go by? Foote?
Pass it to Zora.
Citrus.
Citrus, that's it. Nicely done, Zora. Good. Red, go.
Science potpourri for 10.
Science potpourri for 10, please.
Science potpourri for 10 points. Teams, you know, as Mary Poppins said, a spoonful of sugar helps the medicine go down, but a spoonful of this substance helps to cure a cough, but don't give it to babies under 1 year of age. What sweet thing are we talking about here, Foote?
Benadryl?
What did you say?
Benadryl?
No. Longfields, a spoonful of sugar helps the medicine go down, but a spoonful of this can treat a cough, but don't give it to babies under 1 year of age.
Honey.
Honey, you got it right. Alden, wonderful. Go green.
Green things for 5.
Green things for 5 points. Teams, the most efficient user of solar energy in the plant world is a blade of this that oftentimes you have to mow all too often.
Grass.
Please wait till we recognize you.
Sorry.
Longfields?
Grass.
Grass it is, a blade of grass. That's it, Vince. Okay, go again, green. Go ahead. You choose, Vincent.
Body systems for 5.
Body systems for 5 points. Teams, if you are a marine drill instructor and you want everybody to turn around, you say, about what?
Face.
Face. That's it. Go, Chase.
25. Dateline science for 25, please.
Dateline science for 25 points. Teams, there's a new Apple Watch that has a device that helps you monitor your heart. It was approved by the FDA. Tell me what the FDA stands for. Longfield says we may know. Who's going to answer? Tamia. The FDA had to approve this heart monitoring addition to the Apple Watch. What does FDA stand for? It's a government organization.
Federal Doctor Association.
Federal Doctor Association. That's a good try. Good try. Fort Foote, do you have any suggestions for me? It's the Food and Drug Administration. Food and Drug Administration. Go again, Red. We're getting nowhere with these 25ers. Go.
Zoo Parade for 20.
Zoo Parade for 20 points. Teams, the jaguar, the lion, the polar bear. They're at the top of their respective food chains. We call them an alpha predator, or another word that begins with an A that means it's at the top. That's an apex predator. Apex. Try again, Red. You still have a 10-point lead. Chase?
Wait. Let's get physical.
Where next?
Let's get physical for 10.
Let's get physical for 10 points. All right, teams. On an asteroid by the name of Vesta, it looks like someone made a snowman on the surface of that heavenly body because there's a big circle and then another big circle and a bigger circle. They're formed by these depressions that were caused by incoming asteroids. What do we call those depressions, Longfields?
Pass it to Alden. Craters.
Craters. Yes, ma'am. Good answer. Good. Go green. Oh, hold that thought. The buzzer says we've come to the end of the first round. Well, we haven't gotten those scores up very high. We're tied at 75, but we have plenty of questions left. We'll be back with round 2 in just a moment. Don't go away. And welcome back to Science Bowl. Second half of our game between two wonderful schools, Fort Foote and Longfields. And let's go to Fort Foote and find out about our players. And Chase, tell us about Fort Foote. Your wonderful principal is here today, Dr. Goldsmith. And who's the sponsor of your team?
Miss Escasinas.
Yes, and Miss Escasinas, Glenda has been so good at assembling this team and getting you guys ready to be here today. And thank you so much for all of your support and help here. And tell me, Chase, did you have any alternates on your team?
Yes, we have Duluth.
Yeah, and we'll be out in just a few moments' time. And I always like to ask captains about their schools. Tell me something about Fort Foote that you like to brag about.
We have 4 stars.
You're getting coached by Zora over there.
We have 4 stars in our division.
4 stars, that's right, because we have a new rating system in the state here. So did Fort Foote get...
report cards.
I'm sorry?
We have 4 stars in report cards.
Wonderful. Yeah, 4 stars out of the 5. That is something to brag about. Absolutely right. Why do you think it got 4 stars? What do you like? Chase, what do you like about it?
I like about us getting 4 stars is that it lets us know that our school, if we be pushed, we can accomplish everything.
Absolutely right. It's something to be proud of, isn't it? Yeah.
Yes.
And you guys helped to get those 4 stars. Without you guys being there, it wouldn't have happened. So you should pat yourselves on the back. Chase, what do you want to do someday?
I want to be a lawyer.
Yeah, because I was asking him before if you like to argue, and he said, yeah. And I said, do you win your arguments? He said, yeah. So, yeah, that sounds like a good profession for you. Michelle, why'd you want to be on our show?
Because I like the questions that they ask.
Yeah, that's great. And what do you want to do someday?
I want to be a pediatrician.
Pediatrician. And you're the youngest in your family, right?
Yes.
So you have nobody to practice on at home. Tell me, what do you do in your spare time?
I draw.
You draw. What do you draw? Tell me what you draw.
I like to draw like people.
Yeah. Are you good?
No.
I bet you are. I bet you're good. You probably have a natural talent to do that. You're a very nice young lady. We're happy to have you here today. And Zora, how do you know so much about science? Because you do.
In my old school, we were practicing very hard because every summer my teacher, he would give us these packets, and we would have to go home and study them. And this year, this year we have science class every day because my teacher thinks it's really important that our science abilities are really
Absolutely. I mean, science can set you up for your whole life, so you don't go through being taken advantage of. You'll know when you go into the doctor, when you go to the car repair shop, when you go to buy an appliance. You understand some of the science, and you'll be a better consumer, and you have an easier time of it in life. What do you want to do professionally someday, Zora? I know you have some ideas.
Yeah. Well, I was thinking about being a chemist, a biologist, or a professional tennis player, and I've been wanting to do that for a long time because my dad sees tennis is a big part of my life because I'm a junior right now, and I've been winning a couple of tournaments.
Wow, so maybe we'll see you on TV someday, maybe up there at Wimbledon or at the U.S. Open. But I like what you said because tennis, it's well-rounded. You're getting some exercise and you're doing academics. You got to, make sure that your mind and your body are in sync. Sounds like you have a good future ahead of you. Michelle, we've already found out a little bit about you, and let's go over and find out about the Longfields team. Vincent, where is Longfields? Where in Prince George's County? Do you know, is it in Hyattsville?
It's around Marlboro Pike.
That's right. Yeah, it's just off Pennsylvania Avenue over there. And who's your principal?
Miss Bell.
Wonderful. And who's the sponsor of your team?
Miss Bear.
Miss Bear, and she is here today. And we had an opening here, and she stepped up and she came and she helped us judge one day. And Erica, thank you so much for being part of this. We love having you as part of the Science Bowl this year. And Vince, any alternates on your team?
Andrew.
Yeah, we'll be out in just a few moments' time here. Something about Longfields you really love, Vince?
There's a bunch of clubs and extracurricular activities.
Yeah, kind of like Science Bowl. Yeah, and you're involved in that. And what do you want to do someday yourself?
I want to get an architecture degree and work at a Lego store.
Yeah, because you're big into Legos, I know. Yeah, we've got to get Vincent to Legoland somehow because he's the kind of guy who would really appreciate that. Alden, nice to have you here today. This young lady, she wants to be a professional race car driver. Yeah, because it's in the family. Because what does your mom do?
My mom does demolition derby.
She does demolition derby. So you want to follow in her footsteps, right?
Yeah.
Maybe sit in the cab right next to her if you can. I don't know if they let you do that. So you like cars?
Yes.
And what do you like about science?
Science, I like to see extraterrestrial life.
Yeah, all right. So you can get out there and maybe on the International Space Station one day, or maybe go up in one of Elon Musk's rockets, because your generation, you're going to be out there. And we're going to see you out there too. Nice to have you with us today. Tamia, nice to have you with us today. You and your mom do something special. Tell us about that.
Well, we go to a senior home because before my great-grandma died, she used to go to a senior home, and we will always do fun activities for hers. And then after she died, we continued to do that. And we do fun chemistry activities. We do parties for the elders, and we just do different activities.
Wow. So you're actually like a teacher. You're out there, and you're kind of putting on demonstrations. Would you like to be a teacher someday?
No.
Not necessarily. Well, you're already doing that. What do you want to do?
I want to be a celebrity chef.
A celebrity chef, not just a chef. You want to be an important chef. I like that. And you want to go to Harvard or Yale, right? Mm-hmm. So you get your degree from an Ivy League school, and you're going to be on TV. You're going to be like Beyonce. You're going to be big someday. All right, let's get back to our game. Last correct answer came from the green team. We're tied at 75 all. Vince, where do we go?
Green things for 10.
Green things for 10.
Sorry.
Zoop rate for 10?
Yes.
Zoop rate for 10 points. Teams, these frisky mammals that have the thickest fur on Earth oftentimes float on their back, and they break clamshells on their chest with rocks, and when they sleep underwater at night, they hold hands. What mammals am I talking about? Those are otters. Those are otters. Go again, please. Green. Go ahead, Vincent. You choose. Go.
Body systems for 15.
Body systems for 15 points. There's a new book out that says that this organ is the answer to so many of your ills. Got acne, got diabetes, got gallstones, got a strep throat. This organ, the largest of your internal organs, will help solve those problems. Name it, Longfields.
Liver.
Yes, good. Go, green.
Super Aid for 15.
Super Aid for 15 points. Teams, if you see an elephant out in the bush and he starts flapping his ears, that could be a sign of aggression, like back off, man. Or he could be involved in thermoregulation, which means he might be doing this. Longfields.
Cooling down.
Absolutely right. He's trying to get cooled off because he's got lots of blood vessels in those big ears, and that helps to cool that whole big body of his. Well done, Vince. Go.
Body systems for 10.
Body systems for 10 points. Teams, this muscle in your arm means 2 heads. Its name means 2 heads. Okay, Longfields?
Bicep.
Bi means 2 and seps means head. You got it. That is exactly right. Good. Green. You're up to 115. Come on, Foote. Let's jump on that buzzer there. Vincent, you choose.
Super Aid for 5.
Super Aid for 5 points. Teams, it is said that if one of these crosses your path, it is bad luck. These animals, though, are considered the luckiest of all animals because they have 9 lives. Come on, guys.
Cats.
Cats, yeah. If a black cat walks in front of you, it's supposed to be like walking under a ladder. It's bad luck. Come on, girls, you got to help them out there. Go, Chase. Let's get some points.
20.
Green things for 15.
Green things for 15 points. Teams, a lot of people eat bananas because they have an important mineral and vitamin with the initial K. What is that substance called that has the chemical symbol K? It's in bananas.
Pass it to me.
Potassium.
You got that right. Potassium it is. Nicely done. Go, Red.
Green thing. Body systems for 25.
Body systems for 25 points. Teams, the reason why we human beings can survive is because we get oxygen delivered to our cells by our blood cells. The substance in the red blood cells that picks up the oxygen is called hemoglobin. Hemoglobin. For 25 points, spell it. All
Pass
right,
it to
Ford,
Zora.
who's going to be my speller?
Zora.
Zora, say the word for me, please.
Hemoglobin.
One more time.
Hemoglobin.
Hemoglobin. Yep, go ahead. Take your time.
Okay. HEMOGLOBEN.
So close. So close. Longfields, can you spell hemoglobin?
Pass
Who's
it.
my speller?
Tamia.
Tamia, say the word for me, honey.
Hemoglobin.
Yes, go ahead.
HEMOGLOBAN.
You said E-N, you said A-N. It is I-N at the end. So close. I'm sorry. You did such a great job. All right, go back to Chase.
Let's get physical for 20.
Green things for 25.
Green things for 25 points. Teams, a favorite demonstration in science class is when the teacher takes a stalk of celery, puts it in a bowl of water, and adds some red food coloring. And you can see the red color go up the celery stalk against gravity. That is known as what kind of action? The name of that has the same name as the smallest of your blood vessels. It's called capillary action because your capillary is the smallest blood vessel, smaller than arteries and veins. Okay, go, Red.
Let's get physical for 20.
Let's get physical for 20, please.
Physical for 20 points. Teams, when NASA's Messenger spacecraft visited Mercury, it found that the surface of Mercury was covered with the form of carbon that we find in our pencils. What's that substance in our pencils called that they found on the surface of Mercury? Chase, take your time. What do you want to tell me?
Pass it to Zora.
Zora.
Lead. Lead.
Not lead. A lot of people think there's lead in a pencil, but it is not. It's a form of carbon. Vincent, what's it called?
Pass it to
Tamia.
Carbon. Carbon granite.
Say it again.
Carbon granite.
Oh, not quite. Not quite. It is graphite. Graphite. You were saying granite. I think you were trying to say granite maybe, but graphite was the correct pronunciation of that. Good try, no points. Score stays the same. 115 Longfields, 95 Foote. Chase, you're still in this. Where next?
Body systems.
Go.
Body systems for 20, please.
Body assistance for 20 points. All right, teams, your question is as follows. Many famous people, many non-famous people, have lost limbs. The singer Ella Fitzgerald had both of her legs removed because they were diabetic. What do we call it when a limb is removed? Foote, what do they call that?
Pass it to Zora.
Come on, Zora.
Prosthetic.
Not a prosthetic. Good try. When they remove the limb, what is that known as? Longfields? That's amputation. You're an amputated. The limbs are amputated. Go again. Red. Come on, let's get some points.
Let's get physical for 50.
Let's get, green things for 10, please.
Green things for 10 points. That Grinch, he's a mean one. He's slimy as an eel. He's prickly as one of these plants. Longfields.
Cactus.
Cactus. You're as prickly as a cactus. Yeah. Good. Green. Go. Go ahead.
Oh, shoot. Let's get physical for 15.
15 points. All right, teams. Scientists have found an Earth-like planet, they call it an exoplanet, that is 6 of these units away from planet Earth. What do we call that unit that measures distances in outer space, Chase?
Pass it to Zora.
Yeah.
Light years.
Light years. Yeah, 6 light years away. Thank you, Zora. I've been wanting to say, got some points. Good, go.
Can we have
Science potpourri for 10.
science potpourri for
15.
15?
Potpourri for 15 points. Teams, when I was a kid, they had science kits that contained Geiger counters because some of the rock samples in the science kits were this. Vincent.
Magnetic.
Not magnetic. That's a good try. The Geiger counters were because some of the rocks in those science kits were what? Radioactive. Radioactive. That's what you use a Geiger counter for. Read again.
Science potpourri for 20.
Potpourri for 20 points. Teams, if you know the Lady Gaga song Just Dance or Beyonce's Crazy in Love, then you know that they have a certain beat, about 100 to 125 beats per minute, that will help you if you are trying to save someone's life by doing this procedure if they had a heart attack. Chase.
CPR.
CPR. That's what I want to hear. Go Red.
Dateline science for 20.
Dateline science for
Yes, we're ahead. Dateline science for 20.
Come on.
15.
Dayline Science for 15 points. Teams, there was a movie out called Hidden Figures, and it starred Katherine Johnson. They have a doll of Katherine Johnson out this Christmas. She helped to get John Glenn into space. He orbited the Earth. She was not a scientist, but she was
A mathematician.
A mathematician.
Mathematician, that's exactly right. Yes, indeed. So soft-spoken Zora is, but she knows her stuff. Go. 20-point lead.
Science for 20.
Dateline science for 20, please.
Dateline Science for 20 points. Teams, a multiple choice question. Big words, but a simple answer if you think. The new superstar from Marvel, Venom, was a liquid person, and he had to get inside of a human body in order to get around here on Earth. So they called him an alien parasitoid. I said it was a multiple choice. What do you want to tell me, Vince?
Oh, shoot.
Go ahead.
I'm just going to guess.
Just go ahead.
The second one?
What's that?
The second one?
Well, you don't know what I'm going to say.
I'm just sorry.
Okay. All right. Your choices? Since Venom is a liquid form of a superhero and it must inhabit a human form to work here on Earth, was it known as an alien parasitoid, an alien symbiont, or an alien commensurate?
A symbiont?
Symbiont, that's right, as in symbiosis. That is it. Oh, the buzzer says our game is over. We'll be back with a wrap-up in just a moment. Don't you go away. Welcome back to Science Bowl. It was not a high-scoring game, but we had some excellent students here today, and we are proud of each and every one of them. First time ever playing this game. Let's look at that final tally. It is Longfields 125, Foote 165. So Zora and Chase and Michelle, let's give them a nice round of applause. Dr. Goldsmith, their principal is here. She's the one with the big smile over there. Miss Escancinas, congratulations to you as well. And Duluth, I know how happy you are for this team. And let's have a nice round of applause for the Longfields team. Alden and Vincent and Tamia, and you folks came to us late, and boy, you gave us a great game. Standing back there is their alternate there on the Longfields team. That is Andrew, and we have the principal here, Dr. Bell. Almost Dr. Bell, and Erica Bear. Thank you, their wonderful coach here. Thanks for being part of this, and thank you for tuning in. We hope to see you next time on another edition of Science Bowl. Till then, I'm Dave Zare. Bye-bye.